Hello YouTube. It has been a long time since my last video. But here we are. And I have finally completed painting my Avatar of Khaine. It actually was completed I think it was completed in November of last year. And since the last video was made in September, yeah, it's now February of 2011. So first off, I want to apologize for not putting up a video right away, like I said I would. But now there was a warp storm, and I was literally sucked into it for 4 months. That's a lot better story than what really happened. Anyway, here we go. This is the completed model. Starting from the top, you have the hair. The hair was actually really fun to do. Started out red, then changed to red and yellow. Didn't like that. Stripped the paint off. Did black, and ended up going white, which is the traditional paint scheme of the Avatar. So I went and did all these fancy experiments with color, and then ended up going for the original paint scheme from GW anyway. Oh well. The metal on the helmet and on the pauldrons it was an interesting experiment. I of course based the entire model in white, and which really helps to bring out the color. You can see it so much better. However, I must stress, white base coating, not for beginners. It's tough. I mean, you will be using that stuff for forever before you actually feel like you've actually got a base coat on there. But anyway, the metal started out with white, then brought it up with a shading of the the Boltgun metal. So that gave it kind of a silver, kind of a dull silver. Then went over it with some dwarven bronze, and finally with just a dusting of gold. And then washed it in very, very thinned out tin bits. So that took a bit of time, but I think the end result gives it this like tarnished, very, very old look. And then if you look, I gotta get an angle where the light's not right on it, but if you look at the runes, they show up because they were done in white, yellow, and then shining gold, and then bright gold, I believe it's called, burnished gold. Dry brushed over them in burnished gold. So they show up in this bright yellow that just really sets off the runes. I was trying to decide whether I should do them in red or gold, and I eventually just decided that there's so much red on the model anyway. Oh man, if I had a dime for every time I stripped this model and started over on a certain part of it. So then moving on down, you got the torso. The torso, well, I mean, I guess it's just, artistic curse. I'd just never really be happy with it, even if it was perfect. I kind of wish it was a little bit broader. My friends have told me it looks great the way it is. I'm, I guess, just a perfectionist about it. If I were to do this model again, and this is the third one I've made, so really don't want to do it again. But if I were to do it again, I would definitely make the torso just a little bit wider, more I guess, more barrel-chested. But this is kind of in keeping with the Eldar, who are very tall and thin. But you can see he's got armor over his abs. It's sort of like plates. And then you've got his rib cage, which is exposed, and a nice glow coming through there. And finally, my favorite part of the entire model is this wonderful tabard. And thank you, Big Savage, for commenting in the other video and telling me what that was, because in the other video I could not remember what that was called. But I have to say, the contrast between the black, the red, the yellow, and then this just beautiful flowing white Tabbard just really looks nice. Very Eldar-ish. Then you've got the rune for the Avatar of Khaine on there. Boy, did that take a lot of work. And then you've got the rune for Iden. I am building an Iden army. I've got several Guardians, Guardian weapon platforms, and now comes the expensive part of collecting the Wraith Guard. Oh joy. Okay. And then the axe, kind of skipped the axe, but now you can see it. I don't know if you could see it so well in the other video, but there are runes all up and down the axe on both sides. And in the lore it says that the runes are like writhing, trying to get off of the blade. So I tried to give them not an exactly perfect shape. They're not very crisp. They look like they could be moving. I painted the claws silver. I thought that would be in keeping with these blades that jut out from him, as if he can morph that into any type of metal he would like. Maybe Mithril, if that would be what they would use, or maybe titanium. But I thought maybe that would be like something that he forces to grow out of the blade and then grip this giant soul gem. And of course, the soul gems, I went through, I set out all my bright colors beforehand and really stressed over, which ones were going to get to go on him and where. And I did not want any, I didn't want blue, and then maybe, red, and then red right next to it. I wanted all the colors to be really spaced out. So you'll notice there are duplicates, but they are not next to each other. Those two greens are actually different shades. The lava glow. I went through, I don't even know how many videos on this. A lot of painting videos on how to achieve this shaded texture, and I eventually, just to sum it up for the beginners out there, it helps if you start with a white base and don't color the seams, the areas you want to glow. Like, see here, I didn't paint black in there. I painted black here. And then that, I shaded white, red, yellow, and then white again on top of it, making it much brighter than everything around it, and it gives it almost a glow. It looks as though it is actually glowing from in there. I don't know. Some of you may be more critical of it, but I'm very happy with it. And then for like the almost closed veins, that not quite fissures in his armor or his skin, but just like little indentations, I did red, just red with a slight enhancement of yellow, almost like veinage on him. And then for the base was the last thing that I did, and I stressed over it. I did it in, this is white gravel that you can pick up. I picked it up from Hobbytown, USA. And then I put black, I think it's called ballast, black ballast around his legs, as if he's almost like burning the ground where he's stepping, and it's like flowing in magma around him. He's burning the sand into glass. And here's the Slaanesh demon, painted pink and purplish blue. Those are Slaanesh colors. They're also kind of Tzeentch colors, but what the heck? They're both chaos. And then I had this wonderful cyborg miniature head you can buy. It's a base enhancement. I got it off of coolmini.com. Cool Mini or not. And it's just wonderful. I really like that it looks as if almost this was an Eldar maiden world, and that was a statue, and Slaanesh has taken over the planet, but now the Avatar has arisen and is reclaiming it in all of its tattered glory. That pretty much concludes it. I took a long time to get this video up. Like I said, warp storms, who sees them coming? But really just very happy with this. All the runes that have turned out, the veins and the glowing lava. The axe looks as though it is on fire at the same time that it's glowing. Really very happy with how this has turned out. Trying to give you guys a view from every angle here without my hand in the way. So, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope maybe this gives you your inspiration for the day. I do want to give special thanks and kind of a shout out to some of the people who inspired me on YouTube, in particular Mini Wargaming. I could not have done it without the constant inspiration provided by them and several of their painting tutorials that they sponsor. Blue Table Painting, again, you know, the lighting effects, a lot of them inspired off of their work and a lot of their demon armies, and in particular the Chinese Empire army. Dormicom, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. You actually got me started into 40K because of your YouTube videos. And Bell of Lost Souls, you know, just those battle reports and seeing the Avatar of Khaine and the model. I was kind of disappointed with it when I saw it in person. I was like, yeah, I betcha I could make something better than that. So, 6 months later. Now, you wanted to know how long it would take you to make a model? I work slow, but figure on about 6 months. I did one thing I did forget to point out is he's got like these slits inside his mask where it's glowing molten yellow on the inside of his face. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Eldar Avatar of Khaine, courtesy of Javelin 7. I hope you all enjoy, and please feel free to comment and rate.